So many imitations. Only one original.
Power FM Zimbabwe.
Against Namibia got us the ticket to Morocco, but then it went south. A couple of poor results. I think the last two international breaks, Zimbabwe losing to the likes of Benin, losing. I think the last straw was losing late against Lesotho. I think the draw against South Africa could have given him a bit of a lifeline, but then it was not to be. So the news that we woke up today was that he had been sacked by Zifa. So that is what we're going to be talking about. For those that are going to come to you on the WhatsApp platform, would love to hear from you, not just your reactions and your celebrations of the fact that he's been fired. I think it's a popular decision, but who then comes in, who then takes us? I think the idea here is to go beyond the group stages at the Africa Cup of Nations. So we would love to hear from you. As it stands, I believe that it is. I think as a platinum coach, I take sure Chiragui under fire if he's still in that technical department together with Kaitana Tembo that are probably in an interim role whilst we wait to see who gets the job. So, Mtu, I think I'd love to hear. You must be a happy man,
I'm
isn't
very happy.
Yeah.
End of an era, hopefully beginning of a new era. Because I think Michael Nees told why they were waiting to sack him and to make the big call, I don't know. Only heaven knows why. Because this is a guy who took charge of two Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers, drew, and then he also took charge of six World Cup qualifiers and also drew. So he drew four matches and lost four matches. No win as a Warriors manager, and you're facing teams like Somalia, you're facing teams like you've got is it Lesotho in the last game. So those are teams that you definitely have to be beating as a Warriors coach because Lesotho is not Ronaldo. They have football capability. So I think those teams, whichever lineup you put out there, you should be beating as a Warriors coach. I know you can obviously say we're playing at home, away from home in South Africa, but that's only just an excuse. We noticed in the COVID era where teams were playing without fans. So I know you can say that the value of the 12th man is very important for a team to win matches, but then I think we're making too many excuses. And some teams actually go away from home and get results, but then it wasn't to be for Michael Nees. I think they're going to get in Kaitano Tembo because his appointment as his assistant makes no sense if they're not going to give him the reins. I would have wanted to set in Kalisto Koswa for what he's done in Malawi with Nyasa Police and what he's currently doing with the Malawi national team, but then I know it's obviously dreaming and taking it a bit too far. So I feel Kaitano Tembo will be the right man to lead the team forward right now because of what he's done in South Africa and hopefully he qualifies for the group stages of this Africa Cup of Nations.
Yeah, okay, fine. Well, my thoughts also, I think when we were looking at who then comes to replace Michael Nees, we've seen the cream de la cream of Zimbabwe coaches. We've seen Sandy Chizamba on two occasions, 2004 in Tunisia, then in Egypt, 2019. We've seen Callisto Pasua in 2017, Charles Mhlauri in 2008, in 2000, the last edition in 2000, no, in 2006 rather. Norman Mapesa, he had won titles after titles with FC Platinum. So these were elite Zimbabwean coaches. I don't think Kaitona Timbo is a bit different, from that crop. He could even be less in terms of his credentials. So we've tried the local coaches, the very best of the local coaches. So my question is, do we go back to local coaches and there's no one really that,
The international coaches haven't done anything for us. Sorry to cut you short there. Yeah. International coaches haven't done anything to us. All they do is come at a high price. So what would you rather have? Would you rather have a Honda Fit that obviously has a Ferrari budget, or would you rather have a Honda Fit that you obviously use and you pay a Honda Fit budget? So I feel going for the local coaches, who in my opinion have actually outdone the foreign coaches because some of the foreign coaches failed to qualify for AFCON, but the local coaches have been qualifying. So I feel if we stick to the local coaches, they know the players better, they know the league better, and they understand the African football better. Rather than going there and getting a Valinos, probably because of his name, maybe we get it because it is a Valinos, a Ronaldinho, and it's probably rhyming, and you think it's going to be a world beater. It doesn't do us any good. What does it do us? What does it do to us? It actually ends with us in debt, Zifa, or with coaches unpaid salaries, and those guys always take us to court and things like that. That's what we've gotten from foreign coaches. But then if you look at the local lot, they've done enough because I know at the very first stage in 2004 when we qualified for our maiden Africa Cup of Nations, qualifying was enough. Obviously, the competition was still fierce during that time. But then now, obviously, more teams are qualifying to the next stages because of this expanded competition. So you feel we can at least qualify as one of the third best teams, third best teams in the tournament. And it's something that we can do with the local coaches because I feel the current crop that we have obviously haven't gravitated towards being happy with qualifying. Our saturation levels are now high. I feel we can definitely continue.
My thoughts in terms of the local coaches, foreign coaches, is the caliber of foreign coaches. Zifa has always gone. Like you say, Vlatko Garusic, when you talk about the likes of Valinius, even Michael Nees, I don't think these are top tier for international coaches. You see South Africa bring in, Hugo Bruce. They also had what's the Brazilian that took them to the World Cup, who was at the helm in the 2010 World Cup, Pereira.
Yeah,
Pereira,
exactly.
and then
Pereira.
South
Carlos
Africa,
Alberto
yeah,
Pereira.
so, Zambia won the Africa Cup of Nations with Javi Renard.
Javi Renard, yeah.
Those are proper international coaches. So maybe we should start looking at not going for some of these so-called
exactly.
plumbers.
Because Michael Nees is a football administrator. There's a huge difference between a football manager or coach and an administrator. You saw United doing it with Ralph Rangnick. He's not a football coach. He's a sport technical director of sports. Yeah. He's not a football manager. So it's different to look at the game from top tier, like you're in the director's box here in 11th floor, and then you're looking down at the pitch and seeing what the team is doing and offering an advisory role. It's actually different to watching the game pitch side. You're on pitch level and you actually have to make decisions. So it's two different things and it's a different role altogether. So I feel we have to go for coaches. We don't have to go for technical directors and technical people who obviously are good at advisory roles more than they are at coaching roles.
Okay, so let me just check out a couple of messages. Gennaro Guglianore, hi guys. The sacking of Michael Nees was long overdue, and now if we need to appoint someone who can utilize the talent we have. And for me, Norman Mapeza is an ideal candidate. By the way, he was fired not so long ago. Doesn't get along with Jordan Zamura. And then we also got messages coming to you. Thank you, analyst. I think he's talking about you. He says that local coaches have done more good, more glory, have done more glory for the Zimbabwean team. He agrees with you. Every guys, Glenn Michael Nees is gone. He was clueless and always looking down upon us, saying sleek stuff, saying we don't have any talent. This is Tanaka from Gweru. Now I'm told we have two games that have been lined up. We've got a friendly match against Saudi Arabia, against Qatar rather, and Algeria. But even if you give Pep Guardiola the Zimbabwean team, he's got one international window before the Africa Cup of Nations. Is it enough time for someone to then start coming up with ideas as to how to blend the team? So is the timing right? In as much as we're so excited that the German is gone.
I think the timing is right because, like I mentioned in previous editions, we're already in a desert and we can't go anywhere west than the desert. You've got Michael Nees, who in my opinion, is one of the worst coaches we've had in recent memory. So it can't get any worse than Michael Nees. So whatever time you have, even if I want to put you with all due respect in that position, I think we do a decent job. So anyone who comes in at this stage definitely do a better job than Michael Nees.
All right, so there's a message. Any takes from that? You say that we rather bring back Norman Mapeza. Norman Mapeza, I'll never forgive him for losing to Malawi at the Africa Cup of Nations. I think it was one of their first few editions at the tournament, and we got knocked out in the last edition. I can forgive him for that. But then, would you give him, in as much as he's struggling with FC Platinum, does current form or anything warrant him being reinstated as the Warriors coach?
The old cliche in football: form is temporary, and class is permanent. Norman Mapes is a class act. You can't take away the 4 titles he won for FC Platinum. I know things haven't been happening for him this season and the season before last. Obviously, he needs to obviously reinvent the wheel and look at doing things differently so as to get FC Platinum to where they were. So I know he's a very good coach and he's got what it takes to perform. I mean, anyone, whoever you're going to take, here's what it takes to push the Warriors to the next stage. So I feel Norman Mapes won't be a bad idea. Kaitano Temple too. I would have loved my own in my heart of hearts, my own appointment would have been Kalisto Kosovo. We know for obvious reasons, we obviously can't take over the reins everywhere.
Yeah, okay, so someone is saying Maplanyo. I don't think that's a that's a serious COVID. That's not going to happen. So I think that's a special edition for today. We're talking and reacting to the sacking of Michael Nees. We'd love to hear what you think about him being dismissed and who should come to you and take over the reins. Zimbabwe has never really gone through beyond the group stages. When you look at our rivals here down south, the likes of Angola, they've been to the World Cup. Zambia have won the Africa Cup of Nations. South Africa have won the Africa Cup of Nations. It's just never happened for us. Yes, when you look at the talent pool, the players playing in Europe and what we've done for COSAFA football, it's just not happening for us. Where do you think we're getting it wrong?
No, I think we're getting the basics wrong. With Michael Nees, I think the problem, the big elephant in the room was not playing players in their preferred acknowledge Musona. He's a clear outright forward. He's played as a forward all his career, and then you ask him to play deep in midfield. That's asking too much from him, and he obviously doesn't have the legs to probably track back and then be a box-to-box type of player, which Michael Nees was expecting him to do. And then you also have Kamabilat. Why was he played out on the right? Kamabilat for Kaizer Chiefs, Kamabilat for Mamelodi Sundowns, and even for Scotland. Either plays as a 10 auxiliary forward, when he's training with Timon Machope, or on the left, if Wiltonson is either on the bench or playing in the 10 role. Why play him on the right? He's a player who thrives on cutting inside and finessing balls. So obviously, you need to get the basics right. Play players in their preferred positions. Marvelous Nakamba is the holding midfielder, and Marshall Munez is a box-to-box. Why change it when you come to the Warriors? People are playing in those positions for club week in, week out. Let it translate to the national team and they play in the preferred positions. Those are the basics. And let's pick the team on merit. I think most of the guys who are playing their trade in Europe, at times they get away with merit because they are playing in Europe. So obviously they have to make the national team regardless of whether they're in form or not. We've got guys locally who've been doing well. You mentioned Navaya, top goal scorer for Tel1, looking to break the record that has been long standing and probably exceeding 22 goals in the local league. Why not give him a run in time on Machope? You mentioned he's been arguably Scotland's most important player. They are the log leaders. Why are you picking Kamabile? I know he's a big name ahead of him and not even give him a look. And when he's got all those sorts of goals and Kama has less than 5 league goals, and Machope has been free scoring and scoring for fun. So those guys need to get a look and if we're going to reach new heights as the Warriors.
All right, so here's another message. She says, "Hi, sports guys." It says that I would prefer local coaches. They are better than international coaches. Zifa has taken a good decision to fire Nis. I prefer local coaches like Charles Mhlari and Sandy Chizamba. They're still in touch with international, with football trends right now. They're still in touch. Bringing back Charles Mhlari. Is he active?
If you've got the Jose Mourinho still coaching, I know most people are saying Jose Mourinho is obviously past it, his best years are beyond him. But then obviously you grow with football. There's an old saying in football to say you grow with football. If I've managed to grow with football in terms of analysis, obviously I'm a better analyst than I was 5 years or so ago, and by only watching and analyzing what's supposed to happen in the football pitch. Surely Charles Mithawri, someone here the year for a coaching license as early as 2005, there's something in him that he can actually put to good effect. Say Alex Ferguson, if he's to come today, we know he's not going to be vintage, say Alex, but obviously you could put your hand on it to say Alex Ferguson was the best manager during his time. Surely he's got something to give, and the same goes for Charles Mithawri. I think he makes a very important point, but obviously we want someone who's been active, someone who's got knowledge of the local game. Has he been following the local game as much as we want him to? I don't know, but he won't be a very good option. Like I mentioned, Michael Nees is as low as it can probably get. Anyone right now can make it.
All right, so my thoughts is it's a very popular decision. I'm sure Zifa, will get the plaudits for it, but of course we're going to give them plaudits for the mess they created in the first place. So we're keeping an eye and to see who is going to replace that is Michael Nees. But of course, just before we round up the show, there's some swimming news, is it? Because it's the inaugural Z Masters Swimming Championships, dubbed the Harare International Masters Swimming Championships. They're going to be held this Sunday, the 25th of October. And of course, we're going to have those swimmers from all over Africa, from Kenya and DRC, yes, Democratic Republic of Congo. So it's nice to see some swimming. We'll be talking about it in depth tomorrow on the show. But also, let's also round up by looking at some of the things that took place yesterday in the Champions League. 5-star Chelsea, the best team ever, the best team in the world, putting 5-1 winners against Ajax Amsterdam. Whilst yesterday we also saw Atalanta and Slag play out a goalless draw. Real Madrid narrowly beat Juve. Jude Bellingham in his competitive, coming back from injury, scoring. And then Liverpool, I'm sure they would have, given the coach, some breathing spaces. It has been under a lot of pressure. That is Arne Slot winning 5-1 against Eintracht Frankfurt away in Germany. They needed that. They needed that victory.
Definitely much needed respite for Arne Slot and crew because Liverpool four losses on the trot, and it looks like they were going through a rotten rut, and they probably put some sanity to that. They've got a tricky fixture over the weekend against Brentford. You just hope they can carry on. But Alex Isak, it looks like he left his scoring booth at Newcastle. I know there's that isolated goal in the League One against Southampton that he scored in the Carabao Cup. That is, so I thought he needs to obviously get off the mark. It's good also. Florian Wirtz got his first assist of the season. He eclipsed James Bond. He was 007. It was actually 009. The new James Bond was Florian Wirtz. Good to see him get off the mark and get a goal involvement for Liverpool. So you hope Alex Isak starts happening for him. But my biggest question to Anislat is why are you benching Hugo Ekitike before Isak actually met the debut? Hugo Ekitike was free scoring and you scoring for fun. Why fix it if it's not broken? Because the team had been getting results and let winners in matches, and Hugo Ekitike was flying. Why fix it if it's not broken? I think most of these problems he brought them upon himself, and he's got no one to blame but himself.
But himself. Okay, so that is what took place yesterday. There's some Europa action tonight. She did you at the likes of Fenerbahce will be in action. But of course, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Today, we decided that we're going to have a specialized show just reacting to the dismissal of Michael Nees. So we will be keeping an eye to see who gets to replace him and gets to take us to the Africa Cup of Nations. My name is Ronald Darfendigo, was joined by Mtogo Zizi. Always a pleasure. We'll be back again tomorrow, same time, same station. Stand by for the news at 6 o'clock. We are. Ciao, ciao.
Power FM at 21. 21. I've got the power! We got the key.